What's good, everybody? I'm back. We're going to continue reading more X-Men Age of Apocalypse. For those of you who are watching this on my YouTube, please click like, please click subscribe, leave any feedback, anything. Like I said, I'm going to try to start reading more. I recently picked up a Final Phase Transformers Humble Bundle with a bunch of comics in it, and I just thought about diving in from where that is. Partially recorded that for my son because he's on the Transformers phase, and it seemed like something cool to make. But aside from that, that's not X-Men related. I think when I can finish the Age of Apocalypse, I'm going to read the Remender X-Force run, kind of as a good sequel to this Age of Apocalypse. And for those you already familiar with it, you already know kind of where I'm going and why I've drawn that conclusion. Needless to say, let's get into reading this, dudes. This is one of my favorite villains, one of my favorite characters, mostly, and he only exists in this kind of niche verse. Abyss exists in the main verse. He's not the same, he's not as cool, he's just not that. This Abyss I love. I just assume he's Pestilence. That's why those of you who know me close, I refer to myself Horseman Pestilence. Abyss, he's one of my jiu-jitsu influences. When I toy with somebody and I get somebody on my clothes guard or a spider guard, and I really just start to fuck with them and mess with them. And I'm not a gi guy, but when I do get the gi, I'll fuck with the spider guard. But that aside, I just get in my clothes guard, just wrapping my legs around them and starting to fucking play with them and shit. Abyss comes to mind. He's one of my influences. Anyways, let's do this. So, the Amazing X-Men. After Xavier, the Age of Apocalypse. 20 years ago, a woman died who was never meant to. I don't know why I said woman. 20 years ago, a man died who was never meant to, and because of his tragic passing, a world was changed. It became a world of darkness, a world of eugenics gone mad, a world of terror. In such a place, what does the soft crying of one child amount to? Jeremy Graves and his family came to the coastal town of Booth Bay Harbor with thousands of other desperate mutants. He had hoped to be rescued from his oppressive life under mutant domination. Help me, please. To be delivered across the ocean to the sanctuary of Eurasia, where it is said humans still live free of fear. That's what Jeremy expected, but deliverance never came. You're hoping someone's coming to save you, aren't you, little flat scan? The X-Men, maybe? I don't think so. Truth boy, I'd rather you hold on to that empty hope. You see, that's what I feed on. This is Abyss. Now struggling won't get you anywhere. What good's it done you so far? Human cattle, moo, marching from all over, thinking you have the remotest chance in hell of salvation. See, even if you make it across the Atlantic, what makes you think that the Eurasians are going to stay free for much longer? You don't expect that our Lord and leader Apocalypse is actually going to lose this war against humanity, do you? It isn't going to happen. So don't you see dead end? Even if you don't manage to get away now, it won't matter much, because soon the Abyss will swallow you all. Sacrificial lambs. On the shores of Maine, at the site of the evacuation, chaos reigns at the arrival of the Empire's holy forces. Know ye all, humans, the Brotherhood of Mutants would not allow the affront to Apocalypse's righteous and sacred regime. So through our holy office, the androids called Sentinels, those mechanical transports of the Eurasian enemy, have been reprogrammed and shall no longer be your deliverers. Instead, they shall destroy both you and the foul traitors to our race, those whose very existence sullies the name Homo Superior, the X-Men. I think not, holy man. Exodus, if you would. With pleasure, Banshee. I remember what the Madre did to me before Magneto found me. I can never forget it. Sister Vanessa, Brother Madison, you know what you must do. Go now, hurry, and may Apocalypse bless our mission. Things certainly have gone downhill very quickly, haven't they? You know it, Banshee. Pietro, if the Brotherhood does control the Sentinels, there's no way we can stop them. Perhaps, Dazzler. But my father says to give up hope is to give up life. Protect the humans as best as you can. Well, I see why the Madre are so intent that those two break away from their fellows. They're trying to get lost among the panicked crowd. If they get too far in the sea of humanity, all of my speed will prove useless. And if I lose them, since my instincts tell me that exactly what Good Cardinal wants, I'll have to make certain it doesn't happen. Do they honestly think they could outrun the fastest man? No, dear God, no. Wanda, his sister, the Scarlet Witch, killed years ago while the X-Men were away on their first mission. He thought the guilt would go away, that he survived that terrible day and she didn't. But he was wrong, it hasn't. Pietro, please, don't hurt me. This can't be. Your distortion works, Sister Carlisle. Truly, your shape-shifting powers proved you're one of the fit, the strong. Don't be too proud of it. I'm not. Let's just purify the heretic and be done with it. My knife, what? Wanda Lensher was a special person. I've been told that she died so that we could all live in a better world. If you don't stop your impersonation now, Metamorph, you're gonna burn. Done, X-Man. This is Vanessa. This is Deadpool's girlfriend. For those of you who've seen the Deadpool movies, this is who she is in the comics. This is Copycat. But you'll pay for this dearly, Dazzler. What are you doing? Ours is a task sanctified by Apocalypse himself. We'll not be stopped by the likes of Eugene jokes. Thus, I reconfigure the Sentinel's programming once more. Override access acknowledged. Command Brother Jeffries. Mutant target Dazzler. Scheduled for immediate termination. Allison. Chris, you must stop before those two from escaping. I am sorry, my friend. My main concern right now is protecting the two of you from these behemoths. I know you wanted to spare the Sentinels if we could, Pietro, since they are needed for the evacuation, but I don't think they're going to cooperate. Defensive maneuvers only, but not for now at least. Target is acquired. Sanctuary parameters engaged. Malfunctions. Mutant online registry trajectory. Mutant outside influence. Outside influence indeed. The X-Man storm. For lack of lengthier description, Aurora Monroe controls the weather. In this case, she creates a cascade of lightning strikes within a contained area 50 feet above the mutant hunters. Pietro, the electrical pulse will only disrupt these sentinels for a few moments at best. I advise we decide what to do with the appropriate haste. Obviously, after destroying Apocalypse's parameter patrol stations to allow these sentinels passage, something went wrong, and they turned them against us. The Brotherhood showed up. We can't help the humans if we have to defend ourselves from the sentinels. So we abandoned the mission. That is not our style, Pietro. So we can't. Sorry. Let me read it again. Pietro was. We can't help the humans if we have to defend ourselves from the sentinels. So we abandoned this mission. The mission? That is not your style, Pietro. Hello, guess who's back? Oh, hey, Iceman, glad to see you. Piece yourself back together again. We got more to worry about than just the robot people. Spine Yeti and Arclight aren't a problem anymore, but the Madre got away. Banshee screamed a bloody fit and went after him solo. I need you back, Sean. Times are bad. We're gonna lose this war. I know when you retired you wanted time to yourself, but better to die in your feet than live on your knees. Hurry, join my X-Men, please. A sales pitch like that, Eric, and I still couldn't say no to ye. But the legendary Magneto always was a hard man to say no to. Enough of this, boyo. Look at what you found. The ark that brought the Brotherhood here. But hanging in the opening, is that the Cardinal Madre? Dead? But who? Why? Like I said, my boy Abyss. Who has the power to kill a Madre and string him up like a mat? Why would anyone big Why would anyone on Big Blue's ship kill one of their own priests? Good question, X-Men. Tough ones, too, eh? Don't you see? The Madre failed. The humans still have a chance of being rescued. And what's the price for failure in Apocalypse's paradise? Death. Make 'em all paste, I say. The religious fanatic actually liked it too, though he deserved it. And who might you be? You don't know? Fire my publicist. I am the latest, the greatest, the newest horseman of Apocalypse. Come on, Sean Cassidy, a big round of applause for the Abyss. You're insane, crazy in love with. You got what I want, Irish, and I got something you want. And that is, you've got spunk, son, moxie, rose-colored glasses, and you have... Give us a peep, little brother. Help? Oh, mother of mercy, you have a child inside you, do you? What kind of soulless devil are you? You want me to release the boy first? Whoever said I wanted you? The son of Magneto, that's who I want. And that's who I'm gonna have. Get him, Banshee. Tell him to come to me or the kid dies. I got a score to settle with that arrogant speedster. Sweet Lord, the humans screaming in agony, the calling card of Abyss, a psionic tremor unleashed on scores of humans. Sean Cassidy hears their agonizing cries, rising over the deafening pitch of his own psionic scream, and a part of him is glad that it is not he who has to face that madman. The thought shames him still. His fear weighs heavy on his soul, and no matter how hard he tries, Banshee knows he can't make it go away. I just met the man responsible for the horror. He wanted to send us a message. Well, we got it. What's going on, Sean? He's Apocalypse's his new horseman. Calls himself the Abyss. The one rumored to have taken Bastion's place? Help me. Hold this poor soul down, Aurora. What does this maniac want? He won't get me. We're a little busy. You, Pietro? He's holding a child hostage. A child? Where? 3 kilometers northeast. I'll go with you, Pietro. I can't allow you to endanger yourself, Aurora. That is a sweet but ridiculous statement in light of who we are and what we do, my friend. You need someone with a clear head to back you. I know how you get when children are involved, but you know your father's cardinal rule. Never face an unknown enemy alone. Come, my friend, if I read Banshee's face correctly, this Abyss is not a patient man. You know she's right, Pietro. Don't worry about us. Storm static charge helped more than we thought. Between that and Banshee's harmonics, we should be able to undo all the Brotherhood's damage to the Sentinels. Do it quickly then, Paris. There's no telling if Apocalypse has more forces on the way. Do what you can. But get those people out of here. Yes, sir. Well, Exodus, I hope we can deliver. Like his father, Quicksilver is not a man who likes to be disappointed. Seconds later, and miles away, save one child at the risk of thousands? Pietro, how can you maintain such optimism? Though all tragedies, and there have been many, you continue to think that things will work out for the best. You are and always have been a unique man, my friend. And I have kept my feelings for you hidden for far too long. Ironic, isn't it, Aurora, that you choose this time when you may very well be helping to precipitate the end of the world? To allow yourself the opportunity to love someone, to be human. An open door, isn't that simply too convenient too? But we won't be foolish enough to accept an invitation to such an obvious trap. Help me! Unless, of course, the dead man succeeds in goading us in. Stop, Aurora! Might as well try to shout at the wind, Pietro. You know how brash she can be, and she came to prevent me from doing something foolish. Sometimes I wish I had her lack of reserve, her fiery passions I've held back far too long, and look where it's gotten all of us. Storm, down here, Pietro. Are you unharmed? Unharmed, but the boy is catatonic. Taking off like that wasn't very bright. Weren't you the one who felt the life of one person wasn't worth the risk? I changed my mind. Where is this Abyss character? Why would he let the boy go free once we got here? Do you throw your gum out after it's lost all its flavor? You regard human life in such a context? By God, you're a disgusting creature. No wonder you've made one of Apocalypse's horsemen. Made? I earned it, buddy. I worked my butt off to climb up Blue Lips' ladder. This is futile. There is no substance to him. Hey, I resent that. Once you get to know me, you'll find out I'm a pretty deep guy. Just ask the juicy fruit here. Let them go, animal. Human life is not a toy for you to play with. Ugh, that hurt. I hate that you X-Men never learn, do you? You're one of us. We should be ruling this entire world together, not fighting over it. When will any of you ever learn? Having mutant powers doesn't give us the right to dominate others. If it did, wouldn't the world have become a better place since Apocalypse took over? And that's where you're going around again. Because you don't seem to gloom on the fact that the world is a better place because we're on top. Better to rule in hell than to serve in heaven. I think not, madman. Perhaps you've never been able to change your mind about how truly wrong you are. But at the very least, I can truly force you to stare directly into the depths of your own blackened soul. What are you? They will never forget the sounds. The sucking and scraping noises of abysses falling into the endless dimension void of his own body. But the agonized wails are muted by crying of a different kind. The tears born of joy and relief, and the knowledge that the life of one child was well worth the risk they took. What made you think that would work? I actually got lucky. You lucky? That is a new one. Abyss got me so furious that all I was trying to accomplish was punch him in the face. Petro Maximoff Lensher wins the day by letting his emotions get the best of him. What? Perhaps there is hope for you yet. Jeremy, Mom, Dad, maybe Aurora. There's hope for all of us. Pietro doesn't believe for a minute that one of Apocalypse's horsemen could have been beaten so easily, or that the humans being evacuated will live happily ever after. But for the sake of his friends, he is more than willing to pretend. And when Dazzler's holographic projection appears before them, pretense becomes genuine relief. Pete, Ro, welcome back. Good to see you save the kid. And the rest of you, Dazzler? Followed your orders, boss. The harmonics work like a charm. We reprogrammed the Sentinels, caught them in a logic bind. Primary programming to prevent humans from coming to harm. So they actually asked us if we would help them. I guess if machines can be made to see light of reason. I just pray, Aurora, that we might have enough time left to find out. I pray, Region, so too eventually might flesh and blood. I just pray, Aurora, that we too may have time to find out. It was once New York City. Now to thousands it is simply called hell. And to a select few, the ruling mutant class and their hand-picked sycophants, it's called the seat of an empire. Come now, it can't be all that bad. Can it, Lady Karma? I told you, don't know anything. Sigh. And I told you that I don't believe you. We know that you know everything that goes on in the Angels, Warren Worthington's little roost. We know that days ago, Worthington met with the thief Gambit, and that Gambit was looking for Magneto, and that Angel told Gambit where to find him. Isn't that right, Sebastian Shaw? I saw them talking, Karma. I also know that you enter people's minds on a regular basis, gather information to protect that establishment you and Worthington run. We've learned where the X-Men have been hiding, but we believe that Angel might be able to provide us with more specific information. You know, security systems, defense parameters, that sort of thing. So tell us, or we'll let the Shadow Thief we'll let the Shadow Thief out of his bottle, and when he's done picking apart your brain from the inside, we'll have gotten the answers we want, but you'll be left a mindless husk. Please, not Farouk, not the Shadow Thief. Enough. I grow weary of this game. We already know that Lancer resides in the home of Charles Xavier, that the dead mutant in whose name that fool fights, as if they could detain me from this prize I have waited to claim for so long. At long last, Eric, my foe, my friend. We shall see who is truly fit enough to survive. Apocalypse next, Apocalypse versus Magneto. Enough said. Reality checked. This is good shit, guys. Thank you for letting me read. Thank you for following my channel and hanging. I'm going to jump on my games and play with some friends. But thank you guys again. I appreciate it. I love you all. Give me likes, give me follows, keep coming in. And like I said, I'll keep reading comics. Peace.